Hello, welcome to JV20 News. Today's day is second day, September 2025. I'll be giving you newspapers reviews. Okay, let's look at what happened in Kwara. Consolidated salary structure. Kwara judiciary workers suspend the strike, meaning that they had kind of warning strike earlier on, and they made it clear that the structure about this, the salary is not adding up. Perhaps they know that Tinubu paid 300% increase to the top, judges at the top. And then the judges here are saying, are also clamoring for increase, that the money they are earning is not enough to take care of themselves. So that is what is happening in Kwara State. And there's another one that will be coming about strike. And that is what we have been hearing almost all this while. And whereas a lot of people, from teachers to judges to the judiciary, the other people, the workers, everybody are complaining. So it's not only for judges that deserve 300% increase, but also the staff, the workers that are they're working in the judiciary. So let's look at the next headline. So this one is why I dumped Nigeria for Turkey, Ofili. This is what happened in 2021. There was issue about drug issue, and then there was a time that she was down. She made it clear that what happened, what the athletic, Nigeria Olympic Authority, or those who are those who are in charge of the athletics in Nigeria, what they did, they abandoned her, meaning that she was not even catered for. She was being abandoned, and then because of that, she said that she had to switch to Turkey. Now she's currently performing well, and she has won about 5 gold medals, and then she has won others in the relay, in the race. I can see her there. She's now more in Nigeria. She cannot be called a Nigerian now because she denied and also hand over, rejected the country. Said no, because of the way she was treated by Nigerian authority, those who are in charge of the athletes in Nigeria, that they abandoned her. That she was not catered for. She was abandoned. So she's now, running for Turkey. Turkey welcome her, and then she's really enjoying herself and feeling that yes, she's being appreciated well. So this is how we have been losing a lot of our the best of the best in all the athletes, in football, in basketball, volleyball, and so on. But this is a call to the people in authority, especially the president of the country, Tinubu, to ensure that the sports, the athletes, our treasures in sports are not being just abandoned. And recently, we heard about issue about Peter Rufai. Tribal West made it clear that Peter Rufai was not catered for, was really not appreciated, supported financially when they needed them. But it is a sad one to him. That's what also Taribo said. But it's about favor of Ofili, and that is what she said. Let's look at the next one. Nigerian embassies hit by unpaid rent, salary arrears. Now we are concerned now that if Nigerians are struggling to pay the house rent, which one is about the government who has been taking loans up and down, and as well increasing the taxes, talking about taxes everywhere, every now is taxes. New taxes this year alone. We have seen about the issues about taxes that Nigerians are crying and feeling the pain, the wounds, that the salt on their wounds are becoming too much. This much more salt is enough. Which one is adding a cup of salt on the small wounds? And the wound is becoming so unbearable. The pain is becoming too much. Now, government, even the workers now are working under the embassy, those who are locally employed, that are working at those who are working under the embassies, they are saying the house rent, the rent, they're not being paid by the government. And the Tinubu's government has admitted that yes, the issue of reforms, talking about the budget allocation and so on, that happened in 2024. At the end of the day, that currently we're working on this to see how to approve and to see that they settle the issue, the debt. And that's with statement that we have been hearing most of the time, just to show that yes, the government is working. A lot of approvers upon approvers, but without any executions, the implementations, and making sure that those things that people are crying, I mean, the needs are being met, and then they're showing that things are working fine. But this is about Nigerian embassies, and it's not a good thing, at the international level to see Nigerians, the Nigerian government, even not be able to pay locally employed workers. Let's look at the next one. This one is strike to threat again. Resident doctors give 5-day ultimatum. That was in July. They was issued about 3 weeks that these resident doctors they made it clear to the government that they are going to be on strike. They considered it. They extended it. They said that okay, let them call it off. Maybe the government will do something about it. At the end of the day, when the government failed again after another 3 weeks kind of threats of going to on strike, nothing happened. Now we are in a new month, which is second day in the month of September. They are saying that they are giving them 10 days. By on the 10th day, if the government does not, if the Tinubu's government does not fulfill their part in terms of the structure of their own budget does not reflect in the allocation or what they call the structure of payments for them, that if they don't fulfill the promise or the agreement they had, they will go on strike indefinitely. That means ultimately that is the last warning. They have given the government of Tinubu yellow card. They're giving another government again second yellow card. This is more of like third yellow card. But the fourth one will be maybe, I don't know how long they're going to go on strike if the government fails in fulfilling their promise. Let's look at the next one. So Tinubu's reforms threatening Naira, says Onanuga. The issue about the 0.45 about 0.5% in those strengths that Naira gain against dollar is what Onanuga, who is a special advisor to Tinubu, made mention on Twitter, and it's claimed that because of the reforms of Tinubu, that is why currently $1 is now 1,526 Naira or thereabout, and that is show from 1,000. That means about 1,531 Naira, meaning that there's a 5 Naira strength. So if the government is talking about, that the reform is working, that's why you see that it is just not kind of something somebody you should be able to say, out there. This is what the students cannot be learned from these so-called political leaders, because it is not a sign that this thing is working. And with Naira is still not having any value. That's not strength. When you're talking about 200 Naira gain, strength, that's when you'll be talking. So what will now happen if the Naira maybe gains strength now, as now $1 becomes 1,300 or 1,200? That means the whole world will not even hear what, we don't want to sleep, because there will be celebration and there will be another budget to celebrate that. But that is the issue. So Onanuga, true jab at Obi, Atiku, and opposition parties, that this one they will not celebrate, they will not tell the world. But if anything bad thing has just happened, that Peter Obi and Atiku and others will be glad to be, they are happy to share bad news. That's what he said. So let's look at the next one. Minimum wage, no excuse for 7,000 minimum wage as revenue increase, says NECA. So NECA talks about the NECA, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, or medically, that truly there's no excuse again, because there is more allocations the states are generating and receiving from the federal government, meaning that from the top is coming down to the state from federal. now it's coming down to state. So more money is coming down to state. So because of that, there's no point for governors to say they can't pay anymore. So this is what we are getting informed about. Then second to the last reviews. Fire destroys radio studio in your varsity. This is a sad development there. Recently we heard about the Fresh FM of UKFLS very gigantic or magnitude building that got destroyed, and it lost a lot. It's worth billions because of latest equipment he got. And then they have about 3 different stations. They're talking about Yoruba and different stations that he has in that building. So let's look at this now. This is just, I hope that your state governor will do something about how to get it back on track, like the way Tinubu did when TVC was during the lockdown. That was 2020 when there was ASAS protests and they burned the TVC station, and within a week or so, there about less than 2 weeks or so, we could see that Tinubu's started with another interesting TV station, and it became more, even now it's not more getting more advanced than the NTA. I wonder, Tinubu is paying more attention to TVC than the NTA. NTA is where he's elected to ensure that he develops, but I don't know what is going on. The country we're in, it will be amazing. It's amazing. It's surprising, astonishing. Sometimes you'll be wondering that are these people really leaders at all to consider about the welfare or the needs of the people. So let's look at the last one. This one is they just plans to label genetically modified crops. Now the government is saying no. We want to reform you. We want to ensure, regulate that. Okay, anytime you are buying any fruit that is GMO, meaning they are genetically modified organism or crops, they use the word GM crops. So anytime there will be label putting on it so that you will be aware, you'll be informed that this is what you are hitting. It is truly GMO. Don't think that it's normal one, but this one is specially genetically modified, so that you know that it is truly not number one. So this is how far I can go today. I believe that you have been informed. Then there are more issues to discuss about this GMO of a thing. And the people were just talking about, okay, they were working with NAFDAC and also the National Biomedical something, and those who are into other agencies to ensure that these things that are under control are safe for the people, that the government is not planning to kill these people, that they are ready to ensure that things are getting done properly. So this is how I can go today. My name is Johnson Salami. See you by God's grace tomorrow for another episode.